Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back with another pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this week's message is, what does your heart have to say to you? And I'm doing things a little bit differently. I was feeling the number 4, probably because our heart rules our 4th chakra, which is our heart chakra. And I just felt that it was really fitting, 4 decks, 4 piles. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and so you guys can pick your grouping. So make sure that you center yourself and pick the group that you feel pulled to. You may feel pulled to more than one, and that is perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video so you guys can pick. For my group number 1s, we get masculine, 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the Hugan of Rada. Now, this is what I'm really seeing within this is like this tight lock on your masculine energy, and you've really been debating whether or not to tap into that and to tap into your inner power. Okay, this may be because you are kind of intimidated by this masculine energy and of your assertion and the willpower that comes with that, and kind of afraid of being really coming off aggressive to other people. Or maybe in the past people have told you were too aggressive or too assertive, or your energy was just too much. Okay, and the message from your heart that I'm really seeing within this is to stand up and claim it, to step into your masculine power. I really see this as your personal power and your, this is who I am, this is where I'm going to stay, or this is where I'm going to go, this is what I will allow, this is what I will not allow. And really stepping into that, stepping into a place where you feel secure and empowered by your boundaries, and feeling secured and empowered within your place in this world, and being almost this immovable force that nothing can really knock you down, and really not feeling bad about tapping into that. But there's this some level of worry of how you're going to come across to others, and the message within this is to remain respectful and clear-headed. Just because you are stepping into your power does not mean you are encased with rage or you will not be able to speak clearly. Okay, all it means is that you are standing up for yourself and stepping into yourself and being all that you can be. Okay, we can still have respect for people. We can still talk to them in a calm manner, but that does not mean that they get to walk all over your boundaries or get to push you over and use you as a doormat. And some people may not like that, so they may be resisting to this, and they may be telling you that you're too much or that you're too aggressive or what have you, because they don't like the placement of these new boundaries, and that you're sticking up for yourself and you're saying, no, this is what I want, this is what I accept, and this is what I see for my life. And really calling that in. Our masculine energy is really a big power, a really big part of us standing firm and saying, this is what I want, and I'm determined to get it. And we all need that. We all need that energy, and we all need to step into that part of ourselves. So to really less be afraid on how you're going to come off to other people, and just be mindful of if you're being over aggressive or if you're getting too angry, because that seems to be a worry here. But I really don't see it as being a problem when you're just stepping in and saying that these are my boundaries and this is what's okay and this is what's not, and really calling in and claiming what it is for your life. And that is what I see for my group number 1s. For my group number 2s, we get Ethos, the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, and Les Borans. And what I'm really seeing within this is that there is a place or a vision that you have for yourself of where you're trying to go, and you've kind of been struggling within that. You know where it is, or that you're trying to go, or what it is that you want, but you haven't gotten there yet, and things you may not even feel like you're close to that point. And within this, we can kind of derail and get angry or bitter or act out because we are internally having this battle of this thing that we want, whether it is emotionally or mentally or physically here, that all of this abundance and all of this like greatness that we've created for ourselves. And when we're not achieving that, we can kind of derail and kind of turn into this person that we don't want to be because we don't see things panning out for us the way we need them to. And the message from your heart within this is to remain and know who it is that you and your values and your morals and the type of person that you need to be within humanity that you see for yourself, because you are a person that has high morals and high values on what they expect in society and how people are supposed to act and what is right and what is wrong, and not to lose sight of that. And to really listen to your intuition here on the steps that you need to make and how you need to go about things. Listen to the divine. Let spirit come to you, and really just listen to your intuition on this one, on how it is, where you need to go. Sometimes we have to really climb the ladder here, and things can get frustrating. Don't get knocked off your square, and then you're gonna have to start over and go all the way up at phase 1, and then do you even begin to climb the ladder again because you're just so frustrated with how things are not panning out? And really listen to yourself and listen to those morals that are in the back of your head, because anything can happen. Anything wild and unexpected can change the course of everything. One opportunity can come into your life and literally change everything. So we have to remain in good faith and in good morals to get there, because are you going to be rewarded if you've been doing underhanded, sneaky things? No, probably not. And there's always this saying that the nice guy always finishes last. Well, that may be true, but the guy that wasn't so nice, he cheated, he pushed people out of the way, he skipped part of the course, and in 5 years, his whole empire may fall and crumble underneath him because he skipped parts. And then the truth is coming out about how underhanded and sneaky and what a liar he is, or how he just uses people to get to where he's trying to go. And then his or her name is starting to get tarnished, and that things are starting to fall apart because they didn't take the proper steps to get there. And then the nice guy who's doing stuff out of their morals and values and how things should be done in the world, who's building good connections with people, good honest connections with people, and is creating a good honest foundation, so it's not going to crumble with underneath them. And then everything changes. In a few years, everything changes, and you are well off in a better position because you have stayed true to who it is you are internally and your values and your morals. And that is what I'm really seeing for my group number 2s. Group number 3, we get responsibilities, the 9 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and Urzuli Freda Dahomey. And this is really saying that you have been quite guarded. You're really guarding yourself and what it is that you have left. And I really see some level of frustration and almost like, why am I still doing this? Okay, you may be in a position where you are helping people, and you are helping people that have less than you or that are less fortunate, or you may even just be in a space where you're helping some friends out that really need your help, okay? But nevertheless, this is really taking a toll on you, and it's getting really hard. You're re-examining yourself and who it is that you are and why you're doing this, because it's taking a toll on you emotionally. Maybe it's because what they have going on in their lives, or maybe some of the people that you're helping aren't as grateful as they should be, or maybe it's just seeing people in a space that is hard, where people feel like they have to ask for things because they're less fortunate or they have less than. You're really examining yourself and wondering why you're even doing it at all, because it's getting to the point where it's really hard. You're guarding yourself. You're not really trusting people. You kind of feel like you're in this defensive space, and all you wanted to do was help people. And you may feel like you have some type of responsibility, or this is your calling, or this is what you're supposed to do, or you are obligated to do so. But in all of this, Sometimes we really do have to take a look at our mental state and our emotional state. And it's okay to sometimes take a break from things. If you're working for, charity, or you are really, helping people out that really need your help, sometimes you kind of have to dial back and really look at how much time you're spending on your own things. Not saying that not to help people or anything like that, but you really have to examine and let some time out for you to be able to unwind, so you're not carrying all of this stuff in and it just comes out as frustration and tears. And really listening to your intuition, again, on what it is that you need to be exerting and what it is that you don't need to be exerting. Do you need to kind of just take a break to let yourself rest? Take a second to let yourself breathe and kind of unwind, and know that sometimes people aren't always in the best headspace when they are asking for things, because it makes them uncomfortable. And not to take things so personally. You're doing this act of service and this servitude for others because it's coming from your heart, because that is what you want to do and that is what you feel called to do. So in that, remember that that is what you're trying to do, whether they are appreciative of it now or they are appreciative of it later. You know that at the end of the day, you are doing a good deed, and you are doing it because you feel like you would want somebody to do that for you. And that's all that matters. And putting that karma and that energy out there, just because they don't receive it the way that you want them to, or they are not as appreciative of them, or as like you think that they should be, or they don't see all that you're doing, but you know all that you're doing. And it's really putting that good space for you out there, that good energy, that good karma out there for you. And that is what is important. Helping people that need help without the attachment of the reward. Okay, and that is what your heart is really trying to tell you, to kind of, know when you need to take a break, and when you are helping people, that not to say you let people walk all over you or take advantage of you, but at the end of the day, have some level of understanding that sometimes people can kind of come off rude or insensitive or ungrateful when they are asking for things because they don't want to be in that position, and it's really taking a toll on their pride. Not saying that, again, you need to let them walk all over you or anything like that, and it's not saying that you don't need to stick up for yourself, or you can't be like, well, if that's how you're going to treat me, then I'm not even going to do this for you anymore. But really just knowing that, you can take a break and kind of let yourself breathe and really examine what it is what is going on. And if you feel that you need to help this person or this group of people, or maybe you need to speak out and say, hey, I'm doing all of this and I'm really not even getting good recognition, because this is making you feel guarded, and it's making you feel like you have to really fight, and that you are really starting to look at people in a different light because it's not what you expected, or things aren't going how you expected. But really just let it all out. Like, listen to yourself and listen to your emotions and listen to your intuition on how you need to move through this. Do you continue to do this act of servitude, or do you take a break until you are recharged and you can help in another way if you feel pulled to do that? Because you're not obligated to give anything to anybody. You're really not, and you are going above and beyond and helping. And that is what is important. So you really have some thinking and some looking at yourself to do on what it is that you want to continue. How much of a break do you need? What it is that you need to say from your heart. What is it that your intuition is telling you? What is it that your heart is telling you? And listen. Just because you feel like something is your responsibility doesn't mean that people get to take advantage of you or treat you like crap. Okay? And this is what I'm really seeing for my group number 3s. Group number 4, we get feminine, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and Men Brigitte. And this is like the same, like really close to group number 1's, but the opposite, if that makes sense. Because we are looking at our feminine energy, and we are also looking at keeping a tight lock on that and kind of remaining in this space where we're not trying to seem too weak or too sensitive, and we're kind of just staying in this space. I kind of really see you kind of secluding yourself and secluding from the outside world, not really even dealing with anybody else because you are in a space, maybe you're being, maybe you're a little depressed or a little bit down, and you don't want to come off as a crybaby or in your feelings, okay? And what we really need to do here is listen to our intuition. We need to listen and honor our intuition and our feelings, because just like masculine energy is a part of us, so is feminine energy. And we have this energy that is flexible and nurturing and coding, but it's also emotional, just as it is intuitive. And to really connect to that, just because you may be going through things doesn't mean that you have to kind of shove them down and not deal with them because that's the right thing to do. And, you know, you're taught to not express your feelings, or nobody wants to hear about it. We all have our own problems, things of that sort, when people can be very insensitive. Listening to your intuition, honoring your intuition, and honoring your feelings. Kind of, we see the Page of Cups really examining what is in her cup and what she has, what she's looking at, wow, you know, why it's there, you know, where did she pull some of these emotions from? What is the source? Okay. And within this, I'm really feeling the energies of connecting to our ancestors and connecting to spirit. And kind of, if you don't have that person that is going to let you unload or let you be vulnerable or let you be flexible, okay, within your energy, and you feel like you have to hide and nobody is really around you and you're really like hoarding to yourself, that connecting to spirit and connecting to your ancestors so they can give you that emotional coding that you need. Your feminine energy is not something to be ashamed of, and sometimes we all have to take time for ourselves to recalibrate ourselves, to work through things, to work through our emotions, and to be able to emerge into the world. But it is not something that you need to hide. Just because other people are afraid of, you know, depression or low vibrational energies, not saying that feminine energy is associated with depression. I'm saying that this is what I'm really seeing within the Four of Pentacles, this energy of really not having anybody to talk to and kind of just trying to find peace within yourself and kind of being in this solitude, because feminine energy does really rule our emotions and our intuition and being flexible. But connecting to spirit and really listening to what they have to say in their emotional coding. Sometimes when you call out to spirit and you're in a space and you're just bawling out, crying, you will run out of tears to cry, and you will just feel this cool, calm feeling. And that is spirit wrapping their arms around you and telling you that it is okay and that you will be okay. All right. And that is what I'm really seeing for my group number 4s, is to be able to just give your emotions and give your issues to spirit and commune with them, more than trying to seek outwards and find somebody who may not be around. Because when we look at these 2 cards or all of these 4 cards, we really see the energy of there's just one person or one creature in all of them. So if you're feeling like you don't have somebody to listen to you, or that you are too much, maybe it's not that you don't have somebody to listen to, you may just feel like you are too much of a burden, or that you may assume people don't want to listen to you. And if you don't feel comfortable going outward and saying that this is how I feel and this is what this is what I'm trying to heal, but I just can't get past this part, and really calling in spirit and asking for their guidance and asking for their help, and even asking for some of their emotional coding so you can get through your day. Okay, and this is what I'm really seeing for my group number 4s. Now, I hope that everybody got the clarity that they needed to receive, and that these messages resonate and really speak to your heart. Your feedback is very appreciated, and if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email and ask me. And as well, if you need a reading for yourself, or you feel that you need a reading for yourself, then please do not hesitate to contact me either and email me. I would love to work with you all. Now, everybody, please have a great day.